It is day 15 of the Elemental Diet, and I'm using the Dr. Ruscio's low carb version, and so far it's been really great. I'm really pleased with the formula and how my body's reacted to it, the low carb vanilla especially. I've been supplementing with the whey free peach as well. It's a little bit different of a formula. It's more watery than the whey free or than the low carb vanilla, and it doesn't satisfy my hunger like the low carb vanilla did or does. And so but it's still a very, very good product, and I'd highly recommend both of those products if you want to do an elemental diet. I had bought enough for 2 weeks, but I wanted to go and keep it going for 3 weeks, so I had ordered product, but it did not come in time. It was supposed to be here last week, and it is Tuesday of this week, and I was basically going to be running out of the whey free peach that I have left today, probably, maybe tomorrow, today. So I was preparing. At first I started preparing to just go off of it, but then I'm like, I really do. My doctor talked to me and she's like, it'd be great if you can just do one more week. So I looked into just making a homemade elemental diet to get me through the rest of the week and then to transition into normal food. So yesterday I ordered all the ingredients. They're supposed to get here today, and I'm a little nervous to do that, but I woke up to an email. I had emailed the company, Dr. Ruscio's company, yesterday and said, hey, I have no clue where my packages are, where my product is. It's completely lost in the mail. The tracking won't give me any information. Can you help me out? Well, 24 hours later, less than 24 hours later, so I'm really impressed with that. I got an email saying that the product they were able to track down the product, and it's due to arrive today. So I'm so stoked that it's due to arrive today. That means that I can continue on for the rest of the week with the low carb vanilla. I didn't order any more of the peach. I just ordered the low carb vanilla. I feel like it's just it just suits my body and my needs better. So I'm excited that I can keep going to the end of the week with the low carb vanilla, and then I'll use it also to transition onto regular food. So I'll just slowly transition and start off with some broth and slowly transition onto regular food using the low carb vanilla. So I can return the homemade stuff, the ingredients for that. Oh, but they also said if for some reason the order doesn't get to me today, they attached a homemade recipe. So it wasn't like they were like, oh, sorry, shipments are delayed because the mail is crazy right now. Too bad, tough luck. They actually offered me a recipe for a homemade version. So I thought that was really nice of the company. So I just want to give a shout out to their customer service because they didn't leave me hanging. They got back to me in a timely manner, and they offered me a backup alternative in case the product didn't arrive. So I was pleased. I give them a thumbs up because they have awesome customer service. So I am all for companies with awesome customer service, because it's just like one of my pet peeves in life is when customer service isn't accommodating and understanding. So I'm pleased. So I'm excited. I will keep going on the whey free peach until I get that vanilla in. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm excited to keep going for one more week. So it's the end of day 16, and I've been wanting to make a video all day long, but it's been a crazy busy day, and I spent most of the day outside building like a covering for one of our goat pens. So I really wasn't anywhere where I could make a video, but I wanted to share the news all day long that last night I got the shipment of Dr. Ruscio's low carb vanilla in. It was delivered last night at about maybe like 8 o'clock at night or something like that. So this morning I was so happy I got to wake up and make a low carb vanilla drink. I was able to just pick up and right where I left off, and I was literally out of the whey-free peach, so it was pretty cool. The timing was perfect, and I didn't have to make a homemade elemental drink. So maybe one day I'll try the homemade. I'll be brave enough, but I think I was kind of spoiled with the Dr. Ruscio's formula. I had a long talk with my dietitian yesterday afternoon, and she went over how we're planning on reintroducing food. And her main point to me was that if anything is giving me anxiety about bringing it in, we can slow down and we don't have to bring it in. So she said, never introduce anything if you feel stressed or full of anxiety, or if you're having a hard day, or if there's any kind of changes. She says, because you won't know if your symptoms are from the stress or from the food. So I thought that was good advice. So I was really grateful to her for that, pointing that out. She did recommend that I can go ahead and just go back into actual just food and a variety of food. She wanted me to stick with the low FODMAP foods. I'm not comfortable going that fast. I think I'm going to take it a little bit slower because I don't want all of this to be for nothing. My plan is to start with a broth and then go ahead and introduce, super gentle, maybe even puree some foods to start. I just want to go really, really slow and not rush this at all. I'm not feeling like I need to speed this up, like I'm so desperate to eat just for the sake of eating. I want to do this right. So if anybody has any tips for me about reintroducing foods, I've got a few more days on the elemental diet, and then I will have to start reintroducing foods. So if anybody has any advice or tips for me, I would love to hear how you all just handled that part of it. So I am so tired. I don't know if you guys can tell, I can barely talk. I am exhausted. I had a busy day outside. I am ready to hit the hay and start on day 17 tomorrow. So good night.